Hello and welcome to Scholar Coaching. If you'd also like to participate, follow the link below and access the replay inbox. In there, go ahead and drop your replay file, ball chasing link, or YouTube video of you playing your preferred game mode, and mention your competitive rank or 6-man's rank if possible. If any of this doesn't make any sense to you while watching the video, feel free to follow up on my Scholar School of Learning series in my video playlist. We go over all the basic ideas and general rotations that are talked about in these replay analysis. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. Get you late. They get the chip over the top. Kishmer shows up. Zath off the side. You're still extended. Zath's still now third. So starting in this one here, when Zath gets this recovery here, how much boost you got? 13. All right, really low. We need to start overall with isolating and forcing and getting some trust on Kishmer to get the save here, right? So we can't have Zath floating in and flying, wasting all of his boost on the way back. Because at this point now he's wasted the boost, he's going to be awkward on his recovery, on his way to third. So you can see that when he lands, he's going to have to go up the backboard. And at the same time, he's going to have no boost here. But Kishmer has the save basically every time. If Kishmer's to get the save, right, a situation like this is isolated, then, like, rethink your third maybe, I guess, if you really wanted to. But at the same time, like, this is such a simple hit. If he whiffs it, it's a goal. There's very little you're going to be able to do here, Zath, overall. So don't jump for this. Don't come flying in for it. Like, it also look like where you're coming from. You're like, the pre-jump here, alright, pre-jump here and following through, whatever. It's done. Okay, pre-jump here, that's fine. Getting the force. Don't boost into this from here, though. Just let Kishmer get it. Focus on recovering down over here instead. Then you can grab the 12 on the way in. And then back post chill, right? Try not to get sure you have to wave dash and push forward right here, because now you're just overstepping with this wave dash. And then this ball's landing behind you. And so rather than having a line coming through the net like this, like I just showed as an example, you're landing and pushing down forward into midfield, and this ball is going to be landing on this left side. So if you do engage it, now you have to push it up your backboard and go slow this way, rather than having a blue line that allow you to clear this to your extension over here, right? And this now we have a slow breakthrough where we're stuck and have two people upfield, and you're going to be taking a slow possession, which then doesn't allow that breakthrough. But then on the other side now you're a little stuck. Anyway. No, you're good, Zach. You don't have to worry about like my B. You're just learning, right? You didn't know any better, right? Stuff like that. It's not too big of a deal. Anyway, so yeah, land, push through from here instead. Now you have your line coming straight in. You don't have to fake if you don't want to. Or in the same way, since you're all the way back, you can just wait. He gets the bad hit. You come in a straight line. Boom, big clear, right? Have that opportunity. Try to get the force. Kishmer, chip. Ooh, yeah, a little awkward. Sure, we can get Kishmer back a little bit earlier on a way of it. But if we get that better clear out from you, Zath, basically guaranteed save on your way back here, Kishmer, when you're coming through and you're getting that chip. Just a good confident hit into the corner here. Even if it hits off post and comes back into midfield. Something to buy a little bit more time here. But overall, this really isn't too much of like getting you to get this touch. It's just cleaning up Zath's position to make sure that we get that guaranteed clear to the corner or breakthrough there. And that's going to be isolating that instead. Kickoff, you guys are both on Roblox. It is what it is. Shiro comes in. Awkward. Kishmer, chip to the corner. Up, stuck. All right. In the recovery of this, very close to getting something. Zath tried his best to force here. That's understandable. So after your engagement here, Ballah, Zath is recovering back. You can just stay extension on this as it's failed. And just cover this left side here for Kishmer. Then as he gets a chip in front of you here, you have the ability to get it. And then if he chips behind you, you start a rotation. Zath has the, rotation back to back post from corner here. So you'll be able to cut in early from here. And then the best hit they're really going to be able to get is a pop-off, like, going straight back, which then Kishmer, as he lands, from the initial chip and so on, would be able to go and chase, and then you'd be able to take backboard in case they cleared on the backboard, while Zath takes back post and covers any immediate shot after that, because by that time. They like Roblox? Yeah, I don't know either, Zath. I can't tell you. I've tried to play Roblox a little bit as a meme and whatnot, and I just don't see it. Anyway, coming through here now, let's say ignore everything that happened before this, though, because it was coming from the beginning of it. As it come through as third coming through, again, don't be jumping off the backboard. I understand turning to dodge the demo to get off backboard, but now, in this identification here, Zath, you should be able to see both your teammates. Both of them are in the corner. Neither one of them can play a good third. You have a 1 and you have a 2, but neither one of them can either grab a solid third, grabbing here. That way, if someone shot it, they'd be able to get a really good save back up to the extension, but rather they have to save it to the opposite side. We wouldn't really have a good teammate. And on the side of this, they're also probably going to be low boost because they just made engagements. And so you want them to not be able to have to take net, but instead gather where most of the boost pads are. If we're on defense here, most of the boost pads are upfield, right? So we want to engage them into a position like extension and let them engage and cut back into 2 here from behind Shiro or behind Ballah and continue that overall pressure. And you just to hold this third man ready for that counterattack. When this ball falls in no fight, we want him to be able to he's going to want to be able to shoot that. We want you to be able to re-engage. And we want you to re-engage because your back post and that'll allow you to clear this back upfield to our guy recovering, which is Shiro. Shiro's going to make this initial engagement. He's going to be landing somewhere on this left side of the field, rather than you needing now to get a solo play or forcing you have a choice. You get pass to him, or you get solo play. In the same way, we can expect you to be ready for that save in an isolated scenario, so it keeps it a training pack. Don't wave dash, don't jump off the wall, but instead just drive down, chill. Here's no flights engagement. Now you can drive up casually, and then here's the bang, up. Opportunity here to engage, re-counterattack, especially if you wait back post here a little bit, then drive up down this far line, keep yourself outside post lines here, bang, up, engagement, boom, clear, right? And now you're clearing to where Shiro's recovering, and that opportunity here would then allow a redirect on net, opportunity, or back pass down to you, or back pass to you while you're recovering on the midfield, shootable ball. And Kishima rotating here is basically ideal, right? We want to get you that clear up to Shiro, and Kishima's going to go and fall behind you in case the clear fails, right? We want to make sure that we have both sides. So Kishima going to rotation here, and we just got to make sure you're ready to get that mid hit. Now we're stuck upfield, and because you had to come across this way, this goes back to the idea I was talking about with having this back post third. When we have a back post third, we have the opportunity to get that immediate clear out. Any big bang here is basically a great hit. But here, when you're coming across this way, if you clear it out this way, you just play into Thundog's hand. And the same way, you can't really follow it up. And in the same idea, you don't have an immediate pass to a guaranteed teammate. So you have to solo play and slow this down. Now that you're solo playing, you have to get this 50 against Thunder, right? And if Shiro's all the way up here stuck, or, Ball's all the way stuck here, and Kishmer even grabs a good third, it leaves a big gap here in the midfield where it's really awkward. Rather than just having a direct clear, that Shiro could end up forcing back for somebody or cutting off that midfield because we have that opportunity to get to him. And it gives us a much stronger overall long-term defensive and offensive pressure. Getting this opportunity here, Kishmer already pushed up into this midfield here, Ballah. So you want to bail out and go back post here to third so Kishmer can return in and re-engage, or go slow here, allowing himself to stay available for Zaz's opportune pass, because right here now we're just making Kishmer come in and then out all the way around like this, and we're making you come out and then in like so, and that's just really inefficient, and we have intersecting lines and it's really ugly. But comparatively, Kishmer is already available and could have just held second, and you could have gone up to third, and now our lines are a little less convoluted, right? We have a lot more control of the field, and we have that availability. We don't have to worry about people losing momentum. He just stays second here. Zath has an opportunity to pass. Kishmer can come up and be available at a better time, more comfortable time, because he doesn't have to turn around during that overall pass, right? You're facing in towards the wall. Zath makes the pass, and you still have to turn around, while Kishmer could have just been available. Kishmer even turns out to mid here. You should just bail to third by default. Should have been starting from third. Kishmer goes up anyway. Now you're not double committing because you identified your teammates. Again, quick little ball cam roll situation as you're coming back. Here's your extension. You get the boost, right? Kishmer cuts into this near side. If you want to demo no flight on the way through, then go back to back post. That's fine. But you want to end at back post going to third right now, unless Zath gets a clear at this moment. He ends up taking a little bit more time. He has to slow it down. Understandable. Third right here. Just bail to third. Kishmer's already second. Call that third. Let Kishmer wait out. Kishmer wants to go wide here. Let him go wide. Grab your third. Boom. This way Zath fails. You're immediately covering the net, and so on. Here's Zath, right? So when you reposition on this, you want to get this side boost, and your teammate's taking that 50. Always good to start aggressive, turning out here if you're in this position, so you can come out a little bit deeper. Then be available to turn in on Thunder, so you can go up on this if he ends up clearing it, or continue facing down the play, so that way if they get the counter clear of the opportunity, you wait it out. The ball can show up for this pass every single day of the week. You don't need to be pushing in right here in the same way. And for you, Ballah, as you're coming across here, it's good for as a teammate to call the cross and to be very aggressive on this to start. Start coming in from right here, and then now you can wait for that pass, boom, in immediate shot if they get that cross pass the same way. Or on the same side of this Ballah, if Zath wants this, he is near side second, which can be very smooth. At this point, if you see Zath this aggressive, which you very well can, I know you can, right? We can just go to your point of view here, right? Boom, you see Zath pushing into second here. It's not a bad thing. He can do this. You should commit out to third, right? So just go ahead and wrap yourself out, grab the 12 on the way through, and that way, if this ends up pinching or getting an awkward save and it rolls off, like it goes post out like this, or they clear off to the corner, you can be immediately re-engaging rather than needing to turn around wide and go for a soft engagement. You can get an aggressive engagement, keep that pressure on the net, and get an overall counterattack once again. And especially if DL somehow gets this little chip off to the corner here, pops off backboard, bang, bang, you don't have no flight getting a free ball towards your net, but instead you're intercepting it and now getting a shot on their net to clean up the play, right? We don't need 2 seconds here, and that's kind of thing. What have you guys got to decide who's second? What do you guys have to decide who's third? Sure takes the cheat, a little bit of burn, comes back with Kishmer. So on the double diagonal kickoff, there's a lot of ways you can really strategize this. But one thing to keep in mind, whenever you do a turn up like this on the person grabbing corner boost, if you do a turn up like so, it's because we're trying to lose the ball into that corner. But on double diagonal 9 out of 10 times, or really in most cases, your teammate upfield or the opponent taking the kickoff is trying to win the kickoff in the zone like so. So when you push up, We're not even playing to that zone for you. And the person that would take that follow-up would be ballah here, right? Or Shiro. And so on double diagonal in general, you're going to want to turn towards net on your recovery here with the corner boost grab, and almost never turn up here on this one. You can have plays where we do lose it into the corner here, but I'd recommend doing something more like the Dignitas kickoff, standardized by obviously Dignitas and RLCS. Not really something they do all the time, but a Dignitas kickoff basically turns into Zath loses or Kishmer loses, whoever, into the corner that they started in, much like how you normally lose a kickoff. Shiro will go for that, and then Kishmer here will go a delayed push to then have the field control and overall have that cheat on the short side, right? And he'll push up slowly rather than have that ability. And he'll basically enter the same zone that Shiro would enter in with that same flip or overall movement that he normally has, and you'll basically get the same cheat opportunity with just a little bit less boost. It is what it is. But it still allows you to get that losing side. Losing over the center line is not too ideal. I don't recommend it because it ends up putting your car on the left side of the ball when you're taking that 50, which means it's opening for the ball to get pinched into your net, or opportunity that makes it really tough to overall engage or save. And so it's always better to lose to the same side you're on. But you can do it if you get really good at it. It's not something it's impossible, it's just not recommended. Anyway, moving on from kickoff. But yeah, so Kishmir should turn towards net by default anyway, and then that would get him in front of this ball, and that wouldn't be saved every single time. It'd be a lot better if it cleared, a lot easier. And then coming in back here now, Zath, after you make that pass back, right? Kishmir here, and this is something you're going to want to identify for all of you, but whenever your teammate's saving to this left side of the field, and we have a teammate already over there to cover it, like Shiro or Bali here in this case, you're just going to go ahead and see extension, or 2, right? Here's our 1 engaging the ball, and now you're going to go ahead and grab yourself as 3rd and wrap yourself to back post, wrapping in, so you can defend all of the net in case the play fails, or it ends up going off post. So if you come back this way, if the ball goes back into the center like this, we're not heading into the net where we might own goal it, but instead we're sweeping through to where we can clear this back up to Shiro guaranteed, and still utilize the extension or forward pass opportunity. And in the same way, if this ends up getting passes to Shiro, Shiro makes the engagement, and No Flight dunks him with a shot on net, we're not heading into the net to redirect it, but instead, we're countering that motion, right? We're blocking that shot to then get that clear in the way that we want to make that engagement happen. And so just default yourself to 3rd. Outside post line face, here's No Flight, you're up. Bang, right? Put this into the corner. If you put that on net, easy save. And in the same way, if he puts it here, right? Now you're not awkward taking it up the backboard, trying to get it passed out to Shiro or a solo play, but instead you just would have been coming in, easy chip and clear onto the sidewall. Shiro can go up the sidewall. You're recovering right behind him, coming back in. He'd be able to pop it back down for you, or trust play it to Kishmer in the midfield here while you go to recover, come back to 3rd, and cover that 3rd line either way. And it leaves you a lot of options for that overall rotation, that opportunity. Rather here, you have to get a guaranteed solo play once again for being that near side 3rd. And now you have to pass it out behind Thunder, hopefully with Kishmir able to engage that, or solo play it yourself where you have control. And you're basically asking yourself to guarantee this mechanical control. Something that you probably have, but if this guy gets a good 50 on you and this freezes down, or it gets stuck on you and drops down, No Flight will have that shot, and Kishmir's still recovering. It can be really awkward, and you're basically asking yourself to guarantee that 50 every single time. Not something I'd recommend for most people. Because even if these guys will let you do it and they won't punish you for it, it's not these guys that you want to beat. You guys might be aiming for Pro League. You guys might be aiming to try and get yourself some good RLCS results. The teams you'll be playing against, the best in the world or on the way to Bubble Scene and so on, and through Bubble Scene, they're going to be as good at you at challenges or better. You have to guarantee what you can guarantee, and sometimes it's not going to be a 50 on top of your crossbar. Coming into here, Kishmir tries to recover. You push in a second here. Ideally, coming into this, you're already coming back to 3rd here, Zeth. Yeah, in this case here with Kishmir landing, I'd prefer Kishmir turns into mid instead, and then you just stay 3rd on the same side, because either way we're getting a same side 3rd no matter what, but you're already recovered and back towards net, so it'd be a little bit more efficient. And so if you just call 3rd, we get Kishmir on this turn here as he's recovering, right? He can force off the midfield here from Shiro. Bang. Now you would be recovered right here, ready to go turn in if you want. Kishmir would start his rotation out to back post during this time. And then now when they shoot this, he'd be available here. Up, chip it over the top here, available if that's possible. Or in the same way, you can even hold position, get it repositioned now while Kishmir takes that from the ground if he wants to do the same, and then you're up from here, save it, right? And you can hold back to 3rd, make a full rotation, while Kishmir forces on the slow side here a second, and basically does exactly what he did, but instead comes in now to get this hit instead of you, and that's also plausible. And in the same way overall, Kishmir has 0 boost. Okay, 0 boost sucks, but it's something you have to deal with. So 0 boost driving over to net, right? Ignore, here's the hit, there's the shot, double jump, maybe gets the save. 12 would guarantee the save, I think. It's still really tough. But overall, I think Zath guaranteeing the 3rd there makes a lot more sense. Much like I explained earlier, right? On defense here, when we're on this defensive side, most of the boost is upfield. We don't want to be holding our guy with 0 boost in the net. That's going to end up giving the opportunity where we can't save the ball, much like how Kishmer was. He's like, hey, he probably even said it in, to you guys in chat, I can't save that, no boost, right? Well, if we had him engage the ball instead of Zath, and Zath stayed back with all the boost, Zath would get that save every single time, and literally just forcing any shot or ball there, like you could do it with 0 boost or 50 or 100, doesn't really matter. All right, coming into this, we have 1 and 2, right? Kishmer's in the midfield. You don't need to be super aggressive for Zath, but instead when it starts to fail, start to slow down. Keep yourself distanced, like right around here. That way when it pitches and goes in, boom, right? Kishmer gets that back pass, huge counterattack, great opportunity. When the play goes really well, in the same way, you can also stay a little bit farther back, but you just continue pushing in. That way, if he gets the pop over, this ball's probably going to get cleared to the left side. Now you can start to adjust your line to come out wide here to the left, rather than coming in and read that overall opportunity. But right now, this play failed, right? We have Ballah losing his possession on that air dribble, right? Not doing super great. In the same way, it's not a really great, huge shot on net in general. So it's trying to slow down instead, maybe hit the brake, stop completely, let the 50 happen so you stay facing and get that engagement. Keeping that isolated third is really big because in general, when it comes down to third man, your focus is the failure. And right now you're pushing in as if you want the success. Like Shiro's going to break through and get this hit, and you'll get a backboard shot out of nowhere. But even though that's really good for getting the engagement, it's more of, if you're doing that as third man, then who's defending the counter clear, right? And that's basically what happened here. They get a counter clear pitching it here with Kishmer, and now we have no one ready to defend or engage this. And so this ends up on our side of the field. Now we have to reset. And this reset, executing not too bad, but if they executed better, so they get demoed here overall, but instead if they executed better, like maybe got a better 50 on net or pinch, and like in the same way here, if Thundog basically covers this left side of the wall, Kishmer pinches, he's up, they could drop this in the midfield right now, you'd overstep because you thought it's free, and they could drop this in front of in midfield, and Kishmer's still recovering. Even if he went straight to net, you'd still be recovering with low boost. It'd be really tough for him to defend that, and they could end up really getting a good punish here. So holding that good third, not letting that happen to begin with, is basically the best defense you can have. Isolating the third. Same thing here with Shiro here or Ballah, right? Kishmer's already second, just stay third here. I'd isolate yourself to back post. There's the overall counterattack opportunity. If this failed, bop bop, right? Pitches down. You'd be able to engage for free over DL, or Zath would stay second here basically. And in the same way as Zath rotates out, you could come in a little bit late as second, doesn't really matter. You still come in, be available, right? The ball ends up freezing and DL gets the hit anyway. You don't need to rush this, right? You don't need to be here either way. It doesn't really make much of a difference. But the main thing is isolating it for this 50. What if Thundog gets the dunk here? We want to make sure someone's available. Zath would have to turn around to get dusted by DL because of that turnaround, right? If someone was ready third facing in the whole time, when that ball bounces off to the direction, it's an instant engagement. But because Zath is facing away, he has to turn around during the time that DL's closing the gap. And that means he's getting dusted compared to having a good engagement. And so having that third isolated from the beginning is really important. Bang down. Shiro makes the engagement, tries. You wait out here as third Zath, strong. Almost. Really strong. The distance here is really good. Good jump flipping forward when they have that free touch. In this situation, you're going to go side to side here on the wall. You're going to have to reposition in a lot of cases. Going in reverse is a way to do that. But in general, I'd recommend turning away for this. Going out to back post. Letting Kishmer get up on the wall here. Let him cover that immediate near side. And then you're pushing through this way. The engagement. Easy challenge on the follow through. And if Kishmer did make the overall save, so let's say you keep the momentum from your initial movement. We'll do a timing on this. Push, push, push. I love how you're going slow here to begin with. Out wide, right? Rotation back around. Back post, Kishmer, you're turning in now during Kishmer's hit. If Kishmer had a pop down mid here from an accidental hit, you'd be able to cover that immediately. And if he clears it down really strong, Ballah's upfield. You don't need to worry about that, right? Because Ballah is right there. Right, so if he clears this really big, Ballah can easily intercept that or have the opportunity upfield as the extension of the current play. Coming back. Your extension's really wide here though, Ballah. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, we don't need you diving on that, and your recovery here, once the other team gets the clear out, you should come down center here and try to pick up a demo on DL, honestly. Boom, kill him, because that leaves a lot of pressure. Look how much pressure gets relieved if you kill DL on your way back. Then you leave the ball to Zath. Zath now has a free solo play. Huge opportunity. Don't extend for that corner boost steal if your team just failed to the play. If they get the counterattack, don't extend for that. That's really wide. Super extended. Makes no sense. That boost is literally going to spawn by the time you guys might get a counterattack here. Look at, now he's going to need that corner boost, and it just spawned. That boost drive you did literally did nothing. It literally did nothing. He still got the boost. Anyway, coming through the breakthrough, right? Same thing I was talking about earlier. 1 and 2, right? They're already here. So Kishmer now just has to slow down his third. Let Ballah take it. If Kishmer takes up his second and you want to take third here, Ballah, that's fine too. But bubble out, stay deep here as third, allow Kishmer to engage first and second, and then now you can just come in high momentum, huge shot, right? This ball pinches back to you. Think about the difference of power and accuracy you could have if you started from here instead of here. Momentum, in, jump, shot, angle, power, right? Momentum is huge for getting power in the shots. If you don't give yourself space to hold momentum, how are you supposed to get that momentum for the power, right? In the same way, if it popped off to mid, you wouldn't have to be there anyway because Kishmer would cut in front of you either way. So there's no need for you to be that aggressive. We get a rotation here with Zath coming back. I don't fully think this is the best thing to do right now. When we get a suck situation here, I'd rather have ballah cut in, right? Grab 12, back into mid. Boom. If they drop it, it's literally 12 boost for a free goal, right? He'll get here way before Zath ever does, especially if you take a smoother line, like don't flip here, but instead turn it immediately. 12. Here's the line. 12 up. Boom. Redirect right here for the quick shot. Just a quick vertical. Any shot here on the right side of the net is basically free. And so you get there way before Zath, because look at how fast Zath has to get here from. He cannot get there in time for that pass. Will not happen. Use the extension instead. Have Zath hold third. Then, if the guy gets the save, boom, right? We can bring Zath in if he got the big clear. Blah, blah. If he gets the big clear, boom. Zath will be available as third just to face it down and jump up and engage. And if he ends up dropping it, ball, if he doesn't go for the jump, can end up back passing this or throwing it to the sidewall, where Zath then can have the solo play coming in off the ceiling and big opportunity. Kishmer extends, and then ball with that back pass will be able to rotate back to third from behind Zath and so on. Follow in, drop, Kishmer, chip, Shiro up, boop, off to the side. Zath fakes, goes out deep to third, that's good. You guys are both stuck in the same extension, end up bumping each other. Damn, big sad. Yeah, you guys both land here. One of you gotta leave. Kishmer, leave early here. Go out to side boost now. You'll be ahead of ballah now. Then ballah can turn up the wall here for this while you get side boost and stay out to third. Really even zero boost. Any turn up here, ballah, just a force here. And then with that, we'll leave Zath out as third because that's already great. Like, glad that you rotated back deeper here. Huge opportunity now that we can force back for you in general, Zath. This is really strong. And then now what you want to do is just make sure that you allow them to clear. Allow the opponents to clear or your teammates to get possession. And that's basically your role here as third. If the opponents shoot the ball, that's your guaranteed opportunity. You want to wait for them to shoot. At the same time, if your teammates cut up and get the counterattack, we have an extension in someone here to turn in before you'll ever get there. And if you make them rotate out and you engage, now if the opponents get that counterattack shot, we're bringing the guy back with zero boost to try and save this last second. Super hard to do, not great, right? We want to leave you as third here as long as possible. Then when they get this counter clear right, you're all the way back. You jump after the fact for this. Boom. Look how much easier this hit is overall. Hit it to the left side here. Kishmer on the left wall. Clear that over to him. He turns up the wall to engage, and then that's basically a free goal. Honestly, in this situation, that's literally a free goal. DL is super overstepped, really awkward. You probably shoot that and pass it and shoot it faster than he can recover. And then no flights recovering, and Thunder's right up here. If DL wanted to defend this, he should have been a little bit farther back over here, or ready to intercept the pass from on this side over here. But he ended up being a little aggressive. Moving on. Kishmer goes and takes second. Zath goes in back post here, strong. Hold your back post during this overall hit for DL so you can cover the midfield pass. Kishmer ends up getting the 50. Now you're just holding. There's flight. Now you're up. Bang, right? If you wait out that back post and let the play kind of develop, you can just click these two paths on the way in, jump up, take that pass, boom. Now we have Kishmer your pass up to here, redirect, boom, opportunity, goal, right? Another shooting opportunity. Maybe not a goal though, because Thunderdog is ready to go back. On this way back through here as well, we get ball gets bumped upfield. Unfortunate. Once ball gets bumped upfield, we want Kishmer to come back to third here, just leave. And then that way, if this gets pressured on net, that's the best opportunity to save it, even though it's not ideal. And then you'll be able to turn in here for the engagement, straight line, easily able to get the same exact play, right? Huge opportunity. We have Shiro still waiting as Zath is up on this, right? We have one and we have two here on this Shiro. You're literally watching them rotate out, come out here, right? This play is probably going to fail. Even if it succeeds, that doesn't need you. Doesn't need you for it to work. It's either going to be a save, it's either going to get a failed shot into them clearing it, or it's going to end up turning into a clear immediately like this, right? If you already came back out to third and you're turning in right now, your line's much smoother. Look how much easier this is to get a counterattack right now, right? No pre-jump and hope for a pinch. No awkward opportunity. You literally just chip that over them and you get a double tap off their backboard easily. Kishmer and Zath literally on the same rotation right now. Again, like one of you just bail out, one of you commit. Whoever's getting the side boost here, don't flip all the way back. Now you turn in, slow down, like literally stop and slow down. Zath, you did not just do that. Bro. I don't even blame Kishmer for throwing sometimes or not trying, if that's what you think. If you steal this man's boost like this, I can't blame him for wanting to throw. I can't blame him. I would throw too. I would actually go out of my way to literally bump you right now if I was him. Like, I know you're turning into net to try and defend this. I would just stay in front of you and turn into you last second to bump you right now. That's what I would do. I would just bump you if I was him right now. You literally just fucked this play. Like, you could clutch it out mechanically, sure. But, like, you even went for the third one over here. Like, what am I supposed to tell you to do now? Not be a piece of shit? Like, holy God. After you get this mid boost, stop and slow down and start to cut off the midfield to force this shot here. Bang. So that way, Kishmer could have gotten corner boost up the backboard and cleared this. And then if he clears it to this side, you would have been able to, after your force, you'd be clearing it to you or to him. Either way. It'd be a free counterattack once again. You're throwing. You're literally just throwing. Kishmer gets off to the side because he doesn't know if anyone's there. Understandable. A huge thing that can help you here, Zath, if you feel like you want to take the time here for the 1v1 or this opportunity, call the time. Say that you have time. Be like, oh, he's in net. I got time. Soloing, right? But Kishmer thinks that he's probably challenging this, so he's probably cutting it off. It can be tough. Or maybe he hates you for starving him. And maybe that's what's happening. In the same way, I don't blame him. Damn. On the way here is extension, Zath. Literally in this play, it's either a shot on net and a solo play, or it's not a pass. I'll tell you that. It's definitely not a pass. It either fails or it succeeds if it's a solo play. Go for a bump and leave. Literally just drive through, kill DL, and then just leave. Don't jump. Don't try to redirect this. Just start a rotation. Even if you don't want to go for the bump, you can just leave right now. That'd be so much more beneficial. Because then if this play fails or it freezes here, now we can bring in ballah super aggressively and super confidently, and now we have a guy defending it instead of you literally just throwing off ballah. Either demo and leave or just leave. Don't try to receive this. Don't try to jump for it. It's not doing anything for anybody. It's not a pass. Literally a pass at this point right now would either be to you on backboard right now. So if he wanted to pass this, it'd either be a pass to you on backboard so you could jump off and redirect back down, or it would be a chip onto mid here for you to cut in and then try to get a chip back over onto net in some way, which is basically like near impossible, super difficult. It's not recommended. Literally at this point, you're demoing and leaving, or you're just leaving. One or the other. That should have been a goal. You bail. Did you get that boost? You did. Okay. You starve him, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Keep your third slow here. After you get this boost, boom. You don't need to flip here. Don't flip. If the play succeeds, you don't need to be there. Because at the end of the day, you're not beating no flight to that ball. Even if this ball jukes out Thunder and it ends up bouncing slowly in front of net with both of them committed, no flight's dusting you to this ball. His distance is literally just shorter. You're not beating him. There's no way. But I'll tell you what you can do. You can block that counterattack. If he clears this, you can cover that, right? If it goes off to the side here, now you didn't have to turn around like a the whole time, but instead you just face the play, right? If Kishmer wants to leave, you could go to midfield here for ballah. But look at them. They're both leaving, and you're just starving them again. You're just starving them again. What am I watching? What the f am I watching with this? Like, holy shit, are you kidding me? You just starved your teammates again. And they both need to leave and get this boost here. You could literally force DL to flick this right now. Boom. He flicks this. And now one of them would have boost to instantly counter it. And they can pass this up to you after you forced it. Now you get a redirect and solo, like, opportunity. Like, what the f? Holy shit. I'm starting from here. I'm skipping that bullshit. I can't watch any more of that time lapse. You like literally, like you starved them, understandably, but like they just went up to the opposite, like the opponent's field to go get boost without doing anything according to the play. Like that was just so hot garbage. I can't watch that. I don't want to watch that. Like you guys flat out double commit, double position, steal boosts from each other. Don't even utilize each other as teammates in any of these positions so far. Like. If you have a second man, you hardly pass or don't pass at all. If you guys are second man, you don't even try to wait for the pass. You literally just try to steal the ball from your first man who has the solo play. And in the same way when you're third, like, no one's forcing a ball back for each other as thirds. It's literally you just hope that the opponent drops the ball and you magically get a 50. The double commit there is a great example of this as we're leading into this, right? We get kickoff and it starts here. Like, flat out, at this point right now, if Kishmer turned up for you, Zath, and you could see him, you should just let him have this. Just let him take it. And the main reason to that, who cares if he got boosted or not? Who cares if you think you have a shot? At the end of the day, he can't see you. And that's simple ball cam rule. If you can see him, he can't see you. See? Simple ball cam rule. And that's literally why when you see both your teammates, you go to third. Simple as that. You can see him, he can't see you. You give him this challenge. Simple as that. Anyway, if you gave him that challenge and you held mid instead, you could go up, and that would be a goal. This game, done. You wouldn't have lost this. You at least would have gotten OT. But nope. Had a double commit. In, you're up, bop. No extension. Right here, on this opportunity, this is a worst case scenario. Kishmer is coming back as extension. Take the corner boost if you need it. That's fine. I don't mind that. But after that, you commit to third. You can go near post third like this. You can trust your team to make the pass and go to back post like this. Do not cut back into midfield. Zath is passing upfield. We already have someone upfield for this. Look at this. He's going to get passed. And then right here, Ballah, don't turn back. I don't care if you need that boost. Face up or neutral facing like this and be ready for Zath to pass you this ball. There is no need for you to turn back towards net. If Zath whiffs this, it's a free goal for them and there's nothing you can do about it. If Zath makes the hit, you gotta be here for this because that's a free goal. What if you shot this right here, right now? Who would defend you? That's a free goal. Again, this game would have gone OT at least. Wow. I've not seen a triple commit this bad since Season 9 RS qualifiers with 72 PC versus the Stompers. And Stompers triple committing right next to their net. I have not seen one this bad since then. This is majestic. Just beautiful. Alright, I'm not going to make you guys watch the last 6 minutes of me just yelling at these guys. It's basically the point is put across. They really need to overall standardize their positions to make sure that they actually execute separate positions from each other, and they need to make sure that they actually are respecting each other's teammates and forcing opportunities to each other to make simple plays happen, right? A lot of things that were overall talked about in this video. 30 minutes of just me going off overall, but there's another 6 minutes of it that I don't want to hold you guys to because there's really no point, and it's really just comes down to it's one thing if everyone's working together and doing their best, but you just don't know how to do it. Another thing when you're overall cutting off your teammates, stealing boosts from them, and making their jobs harder just to have your own greedy agenda. With that said and done, I hope everyone that watched today has a great day, and I'll see you next time.